Hello and welcome to my channel. It's another Sunday and it's Supernatural Sunday, where we are reviewing Supernatural Series 1, and today it's episode 5 and it's called Bloody Mary. It first aired on the 11th of October 2005 and it was 43 minutes long. So somewhere in suburban Nebraska, a group of partying or teenagers, high school teens, was it wasn't high school teens. Basically, I would say between 12 to 14-year-olds, girls. There's 3 of them, all having a sleepover and playing truth or dare, and the one dared the other girl to say Bloody Mary 3 times in a mirror. It's Bloody Mary's a local legend, or a legend that is a wide range, different legends to different towns. I mean, you can't say any one town has got the same Bloody Mary thing. So anyway, so she did it, and she actually released Bloody Mary, but Bloody Mary didn't go after these 3 teens. It killed one of the person they were staying at, their dad. His eyes started bleeding, and his eyes exploded. Was basically liquidized and died of a heart attack. And anyway, Sam and Dean heard about this in the paper, and as you know, drove to the town, and they went to the funeral, basically, or they went to see the place, but it was the funeral, it was the wake. And they spoke to the older sister, who down refused to even think of, so the younger sister said, it was my fault. I called out the name. And what name? Sam said. And she said, I called out Bloody Mary 3 times, and she killed my dad. And the older sister was like, don't be stupid, it's not your fault. So Sam said, yeah, it's not your fault. You did. Your dad didn't say her name. So, but yeah. The older sister's got 2 friends who was talking about it, and the other one was saying, they made joke of it, and the one really believed it, and this other one said Bloody Mary, and she got killed as well. So but when she was getting killed, the evil spirit, this Mary character, said to her, you did it, you killed that boy. And then this girl's eyes liquefied and she died. So you're starting to get the hints of why and who she picks, obviously. Anyway, cuts to Sam and Dean in their hotel room, and Sam still can't sleep ever since his girlfriend died. He can't sleep, and when he does, he has nightmares of us on the ceiling, like his mom was. Back in season 1, episode 1, at the end I forgot to say that his girlfriend got killed the same way as their mom. Anyway, so he's having nightmares about that, blaming himself that she died. Anyway, they go to the library to sort out, to see if there's any legends of Bloody Mary, and they can't find anything. And it's all right, I'm looking down, I've made notes. I've said about the girl dying in front of the mirror. You did it, you killed the boy. Yeah, anyway, that was it. And what happens is, so I think the one girl lets them into the house, and they use a black light and night vision, and they see blood coming down from the back of the mirror under night vision, like spectral blood. So they take off the back of the the paper off the back of the mirror, and they see a handprint, and they see the name Gary Bryman. And so they look up the name, and apparently Gary Bryman was killed, and they got partial number plate and the colour of the car. And she said, well, that's so and so's car, the girl who's just been killed. So they put 2 and 2 together, and they know the spirit's after killers now. And yeah, so they go back to the first person's, the first girl's house to see. So they look behind the mirror, rip the paper off, and it's basically got his wife's name, a handprint, and the name Linda Shoemaker, and it's apparently his wife, who died of an everybody thinks she died of an overdose, suicide, but obviously he killed her, he bumped his wife off. But the daughter won't believe it and blurts out at school. She's talking to she's talking to the other girl and saying, how can you think that my dad killed my mom? And anyway, she blurts out Bloody Mary 3 times, and it freaks out this girl who goes to class anyway. Anyway, Bloody Mary's following her in all the reflective surfaces. Anyway, she's noticed it, screams the whole place down, runs out and phones Sam and Dean, who comes and gets her, takes them back to their hotel room, blocks up all the mirrors and reflective surfaces, turns the lights out and says to stay there until they sort it. So they find a local legend, that was it, they find a mysterious, suspicious, unsolved murder of a woman dying in front of a mirror. So they go and they look up the detective who's still alive, and they go and interview him. And yeah, there's a woman called Mary Worthington. She was murdered. No one got she was murdered by basically an ex-lover who killed her because she wanted him to tell his wife that they was in a relationship, and he didn't want to, so he killed her and took her eyes, basically cut her eyes out in front of the mirror. So they want that now, to get rid of an evil spirit, you've got to burn the bones. Well, the bloke said they asked where she was buried, and he said no, they're cremated. So anyway, they look at the picture of the mirror, and she's written on the mirror a few letters to say she was trying to spell out who killed her. Well, that's human remains, it's blood. So now they have to find that mirror and break it, or whatever they have to do to the mirror to so they have the idea of trapping the spirit, calling out Bloody Mary and trapping the spirit in her own mirror, and then smashing the mirror. So Sam and Dean are now in the car travelling to this place where they think the mirror is. It's a mirror shop. They ring up the owner, and the owner said, well, we sold it back to sold it to this place. And Sam said, I'll have to, what I'll do, I'll call Bloody Mary and summon her back to the mirror. And so Dean stops the car and has a go at Sam and said, look, you, it's not your fault your girlfriend died. You didn't even know it was going to happen. So how can you blame yourself? You can't be the murderer, you know, you can't have killed her if you didn't know it was going to happen. But yeah, he said, you don't know the whole story, you don't know anyway, they go to the shop. Sam calls Bloody Mary out 3 times, and yeah, you know, the Bloody Mary, nothing happens at first, and then the police turn up outside. There must be a silent alarm on this shop. So Dean goes to deal with the police, and then Bloody Mary turns up and attacks Sam, and his eyes start bleeding, and he basically says that you was having dreams days before that she was going to die, how she was going to die. You could have warned her. You know, you could have done something. So anyway, his eyes started bleeding and he drops to the floor, and Dean tackles the police because they're not believing the story. He said, because he said he was the owner's son, but the owner's son was Chinese, and he said, oh no, I'm adopted. So he said, oh, I ain't got time for this. So he knocks the 2 police out, runs back into the shop, smashes the mirror thinking he saved Sam, and they get up and start walking out. And anyway, the spirit comes out of the mirror then in you know, in basically human form, you know what I mean? And so, and then Sam and Dean, both eyes start bleeding and they fall to the ground. Anyway, Sam picks up a mirror and basically points it at the spirit, you know, and Bloody Mary, you know, she appears to herself and said, you know, you killed so and so, and then basically this spirit just explodes, and then all the bits drop to the floor and soak into the floor like she'd been sent to hell. So that's where it ends. So they get up, they get the girl, drive the girl back to her house or her friend's house, and just basically said, look, you know, the reason why you're, you know, because what happened is they have to ask her why she thinks she's going to be attacked, and she said, well, when I split up with my boyfriend, he was that distraught, he said he was going to kill himself. So I said, well, go ahead, kill yourself, I'm going. You know, and she left the house, and that night he killed himself. So she blames herself. So that's why she was worried about Bloody Mary getting her. So yeah, they take her home, and Sam goes to her, it's not your fault that you know, he killed himself. You know, you've got nothing to worry about. And anyway, that's where it ends. Sam and Dean as they're get in the car when they have a chat to each other, and then that's it. That's where it ends. But yeah, I can't believe it. It's another episode over. So they're getting it's getting better and better each time. I think the next one's called Skin or something like that. Yeah, we'll have to see next Sunday, won't we? Thank you very much. If you like this sort of thing, give me a thumbs up. If you really like this thing, press the like button, and then if you want to know more, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, and you'll get notified of when I next post a thing. It's not just Supernatural I do. This is what I do on a Sunday. That's why it's called Supernatural Sunday. I do DVD hauls, DVD reviews. I do, and I've still got the rest of my collection to show you. So yeah, just come along, just join in the fun, and leave a comment and tell me what your what you're looking at the moment. Anyway, bye for now.